Okay, here we go. Week 1. And this is plot your goals and plan your day. Now, very, very small disclaimer. I'm very new to all of this. I've never made videos before in my life. I am somewhat of a technophobe. I have this romantic notion that this is going to do really well, and I will commit to trying to do better videos and learn a bit more. But for now, you're going to have to bear with me. I have made some notes just about what I want to discuss. So if you see me looking off screen every now and again, please do bear with me on that one. Okay, I'm going to get straight in there. As I say, I have this objective. I'm keeping an eye on the timer. These videos will not go over 10 minutes, so let's roll. So, I'm going to start with plan your day. Why plan your day? Well, again, and I'll say this a lot, this was all devised for me. But again, I think I'm quite typical of many obese people. So, why plan my day? Well, I cannot be left to chance, okay? So if I don't bring my lunch to work and I have to go to the shop, I will not make a good choice. That's been the same from I was 18, 28, 38. I will not make a good choice. I will buy something that's not in line with what I want to eat. It'll be high fat, it'll be high carb, it'll be rubbish. I don't make good choices when I'm left to my own devices. So at the moment, the way I see it is I've got my stabilizers on 100% now. I write everything down. That's what I eat for the day. And this will become clear. The longer that you engage with this, you will understand why it's been set up like this. A lot of people don't understand where their issues with food come in. So I see a lot of people saying, oh, I'm not an emotional eater. I just get hungry a lot. And if you don't catch where those triggers are, then you need to do something differently to allow yourself to catch it. Because remember, this is repeated behaviour. Quite often this can be things that have been going on for years and years and years. And remember, we use the term emotional eating, but, I think that gives people images of somebody sitting, in floods of tears with a box of tissues, absolutely ramming food down their face. Now, of course, that's an extreme example, but you get my drift, okay? So if you plan your day and you want to deviate from that plan, that's going to help you to understand where you need to get the reflective space in. So what I want you to do is plan every bite of that day. So meals, snacks, water. Again, we're talking to gastric patients here. 2 litres of water is what I've been told to have. And again, when I'm not doing great, I'm not just as strict with my water. So plan all of that in. And then exercise if you want to, okay? But this is back again to the behaviour that we do in our obese mindset that's destructive to us. So if you want to exercise and you're not doing it and you want to work out why, then plot it in. Quick tip for you from a friend of mine. She always said to me, Jenny, I plot my exercise in like it's a doctor's appointment. When it's cold and dark, when you get home from work and it's raining and you go, I don't want to go out and exercise in that. It's too cold and it's too dark. But if it was a doctor's appointment, you would go, oh, I have to go to the doctor's and it's cold and dark and miserable. Okay, so that's a quick tip for you. All right, so that is it. You can do this on a weekly basis, do your whole week, or you can do it on a day-by-day basis, but do not leave anything to chance. That's the first thing. Second thing then, set your goals. Okay, so why set goals? Well, the main reason is to keep focus and motivation. It creates excitement as well. So if you think about it, at times when you're really excited at the start and then that excitement wanes, if you set a goal, you can keep and maintain feelings of excitement. Now, we're going to write them down, and people who write their goals down are 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to achieve them than those who don't. So that's why we're going to do that. Okay, now we're going to use the SMART goals model. Now, you may have heard of that before and think to yourself, oh, I'm familiar with all this, I don't need to do it. Do it, okay? This is a new day, This is for a different purpose, okay? So I want you to write them down. Okay. Now, that's not to say I'm saying it must be X amounts of weight or it must be X, Y, or Z, but I want you to follow the SMART model. Okay, so S. S is for specific, okay? Not general. Put a number on it. What size do you want to be? What do you want to be slim enough or fit enough to do? Put something specific, okay? M, measurable. And the reason for that is, can it be measured to prove accomplishment? So if you say, I want to lose weight, in 6 months if you've lost a pound, then you've technically accomplished it. But that wouldn't be great by anyone's standards, okay? So we want it to be measurable. Achievable. It should be challenging, okay? But it should also be attainable. So think about that. Yes, we want our goals to be a stretch. We want them to be a challenge, but they need to be attainable. Realistic, okay? Are you willing and are you able to work towards it? So is it realistic? So I want you to think about that, okay? Not only are you able to, but are you willing to? So don't be unrealistic and say, you know, I'm going to commit to running a marathon in 3 months if you don't have the adequate amount of time and energy to put into that, okay? You've got to be willing as well. So have a think about that one really carefully. And time bound. Set a deadline. Just set a deadline. This keeps you focused. These can be reviewed, okay? That's fine. But set a deadline now. Now, to give you an example, as I discussed in my previous video, I had no goal, and that was a massive thing for me. So I set my goal as being 140 pounds by my sleeveversary, as we like to call it. So my 1 year post-op was to be 140 pounds lost. Now I didn't hit that, but about 4 or 5 weeks before, I knew I wasn't going to, so I reviewed it and I made it 130 pounds, which I did hit on Christmas Eve. Now to me, did that feel like a failure? Absolutely not. It did keep me pushing forward. It really, really did. But it became it became clear quite quickly I wasn't going to achieve it. So I reviewed it, okay? But still, put that deadline on it, okay? Make it time bound. Now, our activity for this week, so this is week 1, okay? And what I want you to do is to write down either 2 or 3 goals, whatever's right for you. So I want a short-term one and a long-term one. And if you want, you can have a mid-term one as well. Okay? Now, I want you to make sure that they all follow the SMART model there. Okay? But I want you to write them down and I want you to bring them to life. Now, you'll probably do way more exciting, you could probably have a way more exciting way of doing this than me. Use pictures, use a vision board. But I want you to really think about what it'll mean for you, okay? So don't just write the weight down. What will it mean for you? What will you be wearing? How will you be feeling? How will your relationships be different? How will your mental health be different? How will you be feeling when you're exercising? Bring it to life. This is so, so key. Bring your goals to life. And your activity this week, when you go to deviate from your plan, I want you to carry your goals with you all week. And when you go to deviate, and that can be something as simple as someone offering you a biscuit with a cup of tea, a sweet. When you go to deviate, you take those out and you look at them and you remember why you're doing what you're doing. And that's our first instance this week of getting reflective space. And your quickfire question this week, if you don't have time to get your goals out and sit and review them, I want you to ask yourself, is what I'm about to do going to help me to achieve my goals? Now, we all know that if the answer is no, you're not going to do it. Okay, we're to the wire on the 10 minutes here, so I'm going to call it a day. All right? Thanks for watching. Have a great week. Bye for now.